Another day. Another mountain. It's been a morning of climbing. Lots and lots of climbing. But luckily most of it was like pretty evenly graded switchbacks, which is sure a nice change. I've like got to readjust how long everything takes in my mind, you know, after doing the High Pyrenees route, because, you know, looking at that, it was like, 5 kilometers with like, 700 meters of elevation. That's going to take me like 3 hours, because it's like climbing over rocks and climbing up waterfalls and like finding a route. But this, it was like, it's going to take me an hour and a half. That's so much nicer. Or maybe even less, because I'm much faster on a regularly graded hill than I am climbing over a bunch of rocks. So that's a nice change. And it's super beautiful out here. Back up in the high mountains, I'm headed to Gloriette Lake to eat lunch. And then I think I have to take the lower route this time and not the high alternate. It's such a tough call, because I always want to take the high alternate because it's like, more rugged and better views and it's harder. I don't know. But there's supposed to be 3 days of like really trash, rainy, cold, below zero weather. So I'm thinking I should probably take the low route because it overlaps like exactly with when I'm supposed to be on the high route. It would just be like pretty miserable for 3 days and like potentially kind of dangerous because it'd be wet and cold and thunderstorms and like nowhere to go. So I think I have to make the smart decision over like the fun decision, but we'll see how that goes. The weather changes like daily, so we'll see what happens, but it's probably gonna mean I have to take the lower route. Boo. Look at these views. Sick. Check it out. Whoa. So cool. Yeah, it's awesome. cold and windy, and we were just gonna camp at the refuge. But then we checked and it was only like 15 euros to sleep here, so we had this cool room with this great view of the mountains. Check it out. Bam! So that'll be kind of fun. Nice change of pace. I've been staying in so many more refuges. Okay, like 3 total on the whole trip, so that's not so bad. It's cold. Sometimes it's just way too hard to pass up a warm bed, especially when it's cheap. So we stayed in the refuge and ate dinner inside and slept in a bed. I slept really well in the refuge. There weren't a lot of people there, so I got like a whole room and I stacked 2 mattresses on top of each other, and I had like 3 blankets, 2 pillows, and I just like made a nest and went to sleep for like 8 hours. It was really great. And it's really beautiful out today. Yeah, so pretty. Views, and I'm gonna eat lunch because I have like 900 meters to climb after lunch, so that's exciting. Oh, here comes Mark. Look at him go. Woo! Oh, this cabin, scary. It's a little murdery. These caves in the rock are listed as somewhere you could spend the night. Would you like to spend the night in these caves? Because I can tell you, I absolutely would not. No thank you. No thank you. Oh yeah, look in here. Let's get murdered today. By the number of people I see in their like 60s and 70s out here just backpacking, big packs, doing big mountains for like days. It's really cool. I hope I'm that like awesome when I'm in my 70s that I'm still doing like the Pyrenees and the HRP and like just crushing backpacking trips. It's very cool. So, yeah. Our original intention was just to camp right outside of this refuge, but then the winds picked up and they were way too high to actually put our tents up outside, so we spent another night indoors. And then we woke up to one of my favorite sunrises from the entire trail. It was so gorgeous. It looked like a volcano erupting in the sky. Beautiful. I mean, look at these colors. They're incredible. I just said goodbye to Mark because I'm going to be taking the pink alternate and he's going to stay on the green line. And we probably won't see each other again because we're going at different paces. But it was nice to take a few smaller days to hang out and catch up. And then, yeah, now it's time to get moving again, which is good. The weather is supposed to be like absolute trash for the next 2 days. It's maybe gonna snow tomorrow is what it says. And today's just gonna be super windy. So my plan is to get to a refuge that is just at the bottom of a big pass. My plan was to do the pass today, but yeah, we didn't quite make it as far as I had hoped yesterday. So I'm a little bit behind what I had planned. But there's a refuge right at the bottom. And then I'll do the big pass tomorrow and then pop right back down onto the green line. So it's just a couple days. It just happens that because we slowed down a little, now it's like right at the time of the bad weather. I had kind of timed it perfectly. But that's okay. Sometimes you just hang out with your friends because they need some company, and that's good. And yeah, that's the plan for today. So I just have like 16 kilometers left or something. Not a huge day. What a beautiful day out. I'm in this like awkward stretch where it's like maybe 6 kilometers to campsite, or I have like 16 and it's like up and over a big pass. And so I think it just means I have to like stop hiking at 3 o'clock today, which is super annoying because I don't think I have time to do the extra like 11 kilometers up and over the pass before A, dark, and B, before I get murdered by the rain. Ugh, this trail, disgusting. Look at this. Blech. Nothing ruins a trail faster than a bunch of cows, man. Boy. So my weather forecast was very wrong. It said it was maybe gonna rain for like an hour this afternoon. So it started to rain. I was like, cool, I'll sit in this cabin for like half an hour and see if it passes. And then 2 other guys came and we sat there and chatted for like an hour. And it's still raining, so I guess I just have to suck it up and be a little wet and cold for another like hour and a bit or something. I think tomorrow's the last cold day for a little bit. We'll see. Holy crap, this refuge is enormous. It's huge. And it's so wet. Ugh. It turned out to be really fun that I stopped at this refuge because I ran into Vincent and Jill again. So we were able to just eat dinner together and hang out for a bit and then hike out in the morning. This place is huge. It just keeps going. This refuge is so nice. It looks like a museum. Like, it's beautiful. It's crazy. And on the cheaper side of the ones that I have been to or seen. Good morning. It is very wet and pretty cold this morning. Yeah, we're going for it. The sun is not up yet because it doesn't come up until 8 o'clock now. Ridiculous. Last night I ran into a couple more Hexatrekkers. Vincent popped up and so did Jill, and that was fun. But I was really tired, so I ate my dinner at like 6 o'clock and I went to bed at 8 o'clock and just like slept until 6 o'clock this morning, and that was really nice. But basically now I have like 1,000 meters to climb, and I might have to ditch one of these jackets because I'm already hot. So, whee! Snow and frost from last night. It's pretty crispy up here. Last night I was sitting at a table with like 5 other hiking dudes. I was like, oh yeah, saw on the weather report it's probably gonna get like frosty, might even snow past 2,000 meters. And they all looked at me like, no, it's not gonna do that. What are you talking about? I was like, ah, it's gonna get below 0 up there. They were like, well, that's not what I read. I was like, okay, well, I checked with the refuge this morning. They pulled up the weather report on their computer and they were like, oh, okay, if you say so. And then what happens 5 minutes later? Some dude comes over, sits down and goes, did you guys hear it's gonna snow? And they're all like, no way, that's crazy. No, I had no idea. And I'm like, God, you guys suck. Dudes on the trail sometimes, man. Dudes on the trail. Drive me crazy. Like, I literally just said that 5 minutes ago. But okay, whatever. See? See? There's the snow. There's the snow. There's the snow. It's pretty chilly. It's very cold up here. It's very cold. Look at all that snow. Snow everywhere. Damn it. It's very cold. I'm back in the sun, finally. Look ridiculous, but oh, and also I'm in Spain. Once I got over the cold, it was Spain. You know how I know I'm in Spain? Because the trail disappears. I'm sorry, Spain, but your trail maintenance is kind of trash. Sorry, no offense. It's just a fact. As soon as you cross the border, the trail just gets like really bad. But that's okay. It's still beautiful. And maybe it's just like a more wild, rugged experience, you know? I don't know what they're going for, but it's not trail. Sorry. I don't want to offend any Spanish people. It's not your fault. It's just the trail. It's just how it is. In stage 6, the weather and the seasons were telling me it was time to bring this trail to a close. It was getting colder and colder, and snow was threatening in the higher elevation peaks. So it was time to sort of get to the end of this thing. There's a rainbow over there, just barely. I was kind of moving away. Oh, so pretty. Whoa. It's so cold today. But this refuge is very nice, and they're letting me eat lunch inside. I got a Coke. So there's not very much more climbing today. It's only like 800 meters, and then done. So that's bad. Look what it's doing. It's snowing. Look at it go. Snowing. Just follow the cairns through the snow.
Through the arbor, in the garden room,
and we're back in France.
Wings are beating. Baby, me and
you know, sometimes I just love it when I'm right. I tell a room full of people it's gonna snow tomorrow, and then it fucking snows. I told you so. I don't know why they doubt me. Well, I mean, I do, but it's a stupid reason.
all through the stages, both becoming seen into
Document all of the good parts of the trail.
we take on phosphorescence, vivid in the bone.
After a freezing cold, hard, wet day of hiking, we stumbled upon this cabin that's called a hunter's cabin on the map, and it's where we intended to stay, but when we opened the door, it was full of hunters. There were maybe 8 of them, and they had just foraged a bunch of mushrooms and hunted some kind of deer, and they were cooking and kind of having a party all together. Luckily, they invited us in, and they were super hospitable and wonderful and invited us to eat with them, and they made us like a 3-course dinner with the meat that they had killed and cooked and the mushrooms that they had foraged, and it was altogether just one of my favorite evenings on trail to date. It was really wonderful, and I'm so grateful for all of their hospitality.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it. Oh, we don't need no more. Even in the Pyrenees storm. Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon, side by side and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight.
So the grocery store that was like on the trail was closed. It was just like a small little like corner store kind of thing, but it was closed. And I was hiking with Jill and Vincent, and neither of them can make decisions. So I just had to go. So I hitched into La Room's. I keep saying it wrong. I don't know. Everyone says it differently. So I hitched into town, and now I'm getting groceries and then going back to trail. So that's the plan. And they are doing I don't know what, not making choices by themselves. I couldn't wait anymore. I needed food. Okay, did my little resupply. Now I'm gonna go find a good spot to try and get a hitch back to the trail. It's very efficient. You know, when I don't have to wait for boys to do everything, I'm much faster. It's a very quick little resupply, that's all. Look at that mountain. It's not very interesting in front, but look at that big mountain. I actually think I walk around that kind of today. That was a super quick resupply, just like less than 2 hours. 2 hitches, a grocery store, a trip to Decathlon. Boom, easy. And both of my hitches were like parents with children. It was like the first guy was like a dad and his son. They were out picking mushrooms and heading back home. And then this other woman, she's driving her 2 kids to Spain to go see their dad. And so, yeah, I was just surprised by like who picked me up. They were so lovely. Kids in the car. Like, it's just very cute. But yeah, now I'm gonna go get back on trail. Well, I'm gonna eat this giant bag of food. I got a big lunch because the sun is out, and maybe I can dry my socks and my shoes for a minute. Ooh, that'd be nice. Everything is wet. Ugh. Letting things dry out while I eat a delicious, nutritious lunch. The trail is quite literally a steaming pile of cow shit. Love it.
I feel like I've been here before, familiar with the view. This ain't nothing new. And every time that you walk through the door, I'm hit by the same